Hello, and welcome back to my channel, Simlight Sage. In today's video, we're going to go ahead and continue on our retro road trip star path and start working on some more duties. As of right now, we still have quite a few duties to complete. We now have new routine duties for our week 2, which is spend 60 minutes with a villager, give a villager their favorite gift 10 times, and make small talk with 6, I'm assuming different characters, but we can see how that goes as the week progresses. But for duties right now, we are still working on getting 10,000 star coins, digging for pottery material, picking blue flowers, cooking a fairly fancy appetizer, catching fish somewhere valorious, and earning 20,000 star coins. So I think what we're going to go ahead and start with is going back and picking some more blue flowers and seeing how many of those we can knock out. So let's do that right after we check our mailbox. It's showing us we've got mail. I didn't want to pet my companion. I wanted to check my mail. All right, so it is saying that we have premium shop new stock just arrived. Make sure to visit the premium shop this week to review the following addition to it: cute pinecone house, a forest spirit gown, flying butterflies bundle, and a bread and butterfly. All right, so it looks like it expires in 6 days, so we will check that out here later. Alright, let's go and find some blue flowers. I don't have any blue flowers in this biome, so let's go ahead and head down to the beach. Oh, got stuck. All right, let's see. I don't think I realized how many blue hydrangeas actually spawn here on the beach. It's a lot more than I thought it would be. Because correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure the green flowers in the Frosted Heights are the most spawned color, and then the black ones are the least spawned, and I think there's only 2 black ones that spawn each time. Alright. Oh, nope, not yet. Alright. Let's go get some of those. Our non-blue bellflowers that we know are officially purple. That's what color they register as, purple flowers. Blue and violet are pretty close on the color wheel. Alright, so we should be able to knock out, hopefully, our pick blue flowers up in Frosted Heights. We've done that. Let's go ahead and get this one. And then while we're here, we'll go ahead and catch some fish somewhere valorous in the Forest of Valor. I will say, I think out of all of the I don't want to say tools, task when it comes to like mining, gardening, fishing, all of those things, I think fishing is by far my least favorite thing to do. But what we're gonna do is I am gonna go and empty my inventory, probably off camera, and then I will see you guys back in the forest to fish. All right, we are back now that our inventory is empty and we can catch all these fish. Should also be fishing with a buddy. Keyword is should be. Whale. But as I was saying earlier, fishing is, I really think, my least favorite task that we have to do in most of our Dreamlight duties. I don't know why it's my least favorite, but it is. Mind you, if you watched my last two videos, you would know that apparently mining for specific colored gems when I need them is also not my favorite task, because I never get the colors that I need. I also think another reason is that I am not very good at fishing on the PC. I started this game on the Switch and it was much easier to fish on the Switch than I feel like it is on the PC. Food for thought, anyone?
Don't you just love summer?
Actually, it is my least favorite season. I'm a fall girly through and through. I think those are the only 3-4 fishing bubbles in this biome.
I'm so glad you're
Gathered
my
bonus
friend.
fish given by a companion. Oh! I didn't know they did that. Let's see if there's another set of bubbles. I don't see any. Alright, so with that, let's go ahead and collect our tokens for our blue flowers. We can go ahead and uproot some night thorns while we're waiting on our bubbles to respawn. We have plenty of those around the valley. as I walk around and see none in this biome. Alright.
Like Gusteau said, anyone can cook. Of course, it helps if I'm your teacher.
Oh no. I was not ready. Those always stress me out. All right. Let's keep uprooting our night thorns. All right. Go ahead and collect those. Next duty is mine for yellow gems. Hopefully our yellow gem hunt goes much better than our red and blue. You know, now that I think about it, is Remy still
it's
hanging out
you.
with us? No. But I'm going to go ahead and hang out with Remy since he's a mining companion or buddy. Because we're going to mine for some yellow gems after this. And then that way we can go ahead and start knocking down our 60-minute hang with the villager weekly duty. And I'm wondering if it has to be the same villager for 60 minutes or if it can be any villager for 60 minutes or like any villager in the span of 60 minutes. I don't think that made sense. Like, for example, if you spent 30 minutes with Remy and then 30 minutes with Belle, if that would count as spending 60 minutes with the villager. We'll test the theory. Alright, well, we're going to go ahead and head down into the plaza where we can get some yellow gems while our bubbles respawn again. And hopefully we can knock this one out pretty quickly. I mean, this makes up for all of the not nice things that I said about mining for gems in the last few videos. They just made up for it. Alright, so we'll go ahead and collect those. Complete some royal work. Let's see what we got for some Dreamlight duties. So we can harvest 3 blueberries, catch 3 bass, add 3 decorations to the Forgotten Lands, have a daily discussion, feed a raven, and sell 2 meals. So let's go ahead and knock out 2 birds with 1 stone and have a daily discussion with somebody, which will then also count towards one of our weekly duties, which is have 6 discussions. So let's just go ahead and do Remy, since he's right here. Or we'll pet our companion instead. Bonjour! What's up? You know, Taylor, our sense of taste and smell are very connected to our memories. I was just talking to Merlin about this. Being a chef is a bit like magic. You can bring all those old memories back for people. I bet you can think of lots of smells that would be like stepping through a portal in time. Butter popcorn. That smell must bring you right back to going to a cinema as a little kid. Or being curled up on a couch watching a movie. Those are some pretty special memories. Do you love getting popcorn at the movie theater with movie theater butter? It's one of my favorite things about going to the movies. All right. Let's go ahead and collect that. We can actually sell 2 meals because I still have all of those pizzas in my inventory that we made for our fairly fancy meal.
Hey there.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. Did that. And we can go ahead and mine the 4 rock spots while we're here. But I'm going to see if this rock spot over here has a gem. No. I'm going to go to the one that had the green gems in it. So that way I can go ahead and get a lot more gems. Well, I say that was very anticlimactic. Thanks, Remy. Alright, so it looks like my elixir has worn off, which is fine. We can always make a new one if we need to. Alright, let's collect that. Go into our vent. Knock that one out. Sell fruit has been added. Let's see if we have some fishing bubbles that have respawned. Oh, we do. Oh, good. You got another memory. We'll open that later. Alright, here's one more. Alright, so we have caught our 10 fish. Alright, so buy seeds from the Forgotten Lands. Let's go cook some fairly fancy appetizers and sell some fruit. And then we'll dig for some clay. I don't think that if you dig the... Sorry. Oh my goodness. I don't think if you dig the bones up in the Sunlit Plateau that those count, since you do get clay from those, but we can check and see. If so, that would be super helpful. All right, we have a fairly fancy appetizer, so we need to make an appetizer that is 4 stars. Appetizer, 4 stars. Apply filters. I don't really want to use all of my milk for this. We can do gazpacho. All right. So now we're gonna go and collect the fruit for us to sell it, since they're right here. All right. Let's go sell our 15 lemons.
Hi there, pal.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Let's go ahead and collect that and that. Now we need to cook a fairly fancy dessert, and we need to fish somewhere trustworthy. But before we do that, we're gonna go to the sunlit plateau and see if we can dig up some clay. I do know that I typically yield the most clay when it's raining, but we don't really ever know when it's gonna rain in this game, so let's just see. There's some clay. There's another one. Now, I'm going to assume, and I can test this theory too, is if you have an elixir on your shovel that it will work in the same way that it does on your pickaxe. So if you dig up more than one piece of clay, it'll count it as however many, I believe, but I'm not sure. I might test the theory depending on how long it takes me to at least get 4 more clay. Yeah, so far this entire row that we just did yielded us no clay. And I don't want to continue digging a whole bunch of holes for not a lot of return. So let's go make an elixir for our shovel and see what that does.
Friendship and kindness are more valuable than any gold.
Alright, we're just gonna do a regular miracle shovel varnish. We're going to eat some food. And then head right on back. Out of my way, Hades. Alright, actually I'm gonna dig in here. Let's see what this does. Oh. Well, that helped. But for starters, it would be helpful if I put the varnish on my shovel. You know. Alright. So it looks like it's just counting them as one, but we're getting more. But we have gotten clay in every single hole that we have dug except for one so far. Now 2. Now we're out of varnish, which, I mean, that significantly helped. Not even mad about that. Not even mad. Alright, but now let's see if we get any more just by digging randomly with no elixir. Alright, so we got one more. Alright, so while we're here, I'm going to actually go ahead and buy seeds from up here. Right, that was, yeah, buy seeds from the Forgotten Lands.
Hey there.
Go ahead and buy our pumpkin seeds.
Whoa! Oh.
Alright, so we'll collect that. We have to earn 7,500 Dreamlight. Now I will say, I feel like these are new in this star path, and that's a lot of Dreamlight to earn. So, oh well. That is also, though, where our duties come into play. Farming comes into play. All of it's super helpful. But let's see. I think we're going to go ahead and go cook some fairly fancy desserts and then probably end the video there. Let's see. It will kind of depend on what duty pops in after we clear out our fairly fancy desserts. Alright, dessert, fairly fancy, apply. We have to make 3. We'll just make some cheesecake. Oh, we had to make more than 3. Oh. A fairly... Hold on. Cook a fairly fancy dessert. Did I not do that? Dessert. 4 stars. Apply. Yeah? I'm so confused. Okay. Okay. I'm obviously having a moment. Is that a 3-star? No? 2-star. Okay. I really don't think it's a 1-star, but we can try. Okay. I'm beginning to think that I might just need to end this video after I make this. I'm so confused. Anyways, okay. I thought a fairly fancy was 4 stars. So I feel like if you're going to be cooking a 5-star meal, it should be like extra fancy. Alright, harvest something white and fluffy. I do have cotton already done that we can go and harvest. But before I do that, I need to see if I have cotton seeds to replace it with. I do not. Alright, so we're going to go to the Sunlit Plateau, grab 15 cotton seeds.
Howdy. Whoa! Oh.
Thanks, Goofy. Alright, now we're gonna go to our floating island.
Well, I show.
And we're gonna go collect us some cotton. Alright. Okay, now we're gonna replant our cotton that we just picked up. Tip number 432, if you're new to Dreamlight Valley, one of the things that I did not do when I first started was planting items and having them in stock and on hand when you need them for certain tasks. No, it's not the easiest thing to do when you first start, but gardening is one way that you can start to earn some money when you first start, because everything is so expensive, and I would suggest you don't make the same mistake that I did and sell all of your gems, because at that time they will reap you some pretty good money, but also really hurts when you then find out you need some of those gems for certain quests, and then you're stuck trying to mine them, and then you can't mine them because you have issues like I do, where when you need blue gems, they don't produce blue gems. So, but with that, we're going to go ahead and collect our cotton one, and then we are going to go ahead and end the video here, and then we will jump right back into this in our next video. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.